Do you only pray when things get urgent? Do you pray from time to time? Or do you have a strategy for prayer? Let me remind you, the enemy has a strategy against you. Shouldn't we, as believers, have one too? Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." Prayer is a battlefield. That's why Paul goes on in verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. Why? Because strategy matters. Prayer covers every area of life. Philippians 4 and 6 says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." We need to pray for our homes to be filled with God's glory, for our families and our relationships, for salvation of the lost, for healings and miracles, and for our churches, our pastors, and our leaders. We also need to pray for our work, our bosses, our coworkers, our customers, and our businesses. And above all, we must pray for our own spiritual lives, that we stay filled with the Holy Spirit to live and please God daily. Again, what does it say in Philippians 4:6? In everything in prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. It says in everything, all things, everything. So what do you need to do? You need to create a prayer strategy. Well, how do we do this? Well, first of all, schedule daily times of prayer. Don't just pray haphazardly here and there. You should be praying all the time, yes, but have a designated time for prayer. When you start, begin with praise and thanksgiving. Thank the Lord for the new blessings He's given you each day. Invite the Lord to join you with His presence as you pray. Write down your prayer list. Have it written. Categorize it by family, by work, by your church, by your nation, and personal and spiritual growth. Pray for everything. Then keep a record of answered prayers so you can thank God and build your faith. Don't just keep it for a little while or just cross it off your list. Highlight it and keep it there. And you're having a day where you're thinking, oh, whatever. Go down and read those. And what will happen is you'll sit there, it'll build your faith. And then what happens? This becomes your prayer room strategy. Remember that prayer is not just a reaction, it's preparation, it's strategy. So set up your prayer room, make your plan, and execute it daily. As James 5:16 says, the effective, fervent prayer of a righteous man avails much. Your prayer life will change, your faith will